All right. Well, beautiful yogis, welcome. And it's so nice to have you here on this Sunday morning, beautiful Sunday morning. Welcome to your practice. I feel this will be an anxiety releasing practice. And I have 2 blocks, of course, a lot of blankets. And if you have a bolster, then we'll find a way to squeeze that in. Other than that, welcome yourself to your mat and just take a moment here to sit comfortably and even to deeply acknowledge. You can close your eyes, rest your hands however you like, and deeply acknowledge the efforts you've made to be here, even without getting in the car and driving anywhere. That you carved out this time and you made this a priority on your Sunday morning or whenever you're watching this and practicing with this class. To acknowledge deeply the importance and the value of your practice of getting on your mat and being in your own presence, in your breath, in your body, feeling into whatever is. Noticing if you're feeling anything in your belly center. And then staying in this position, just finding a way to lengthen yourself a little bit taller. And then feeling the motion of your ocean of your breath. Noticing any tensions you're holding. And softening all the muscles of your face as best as you can. Even your tongue. Let it be very relaxed in your mouth. And then staying in this place, but opening your hands out to those Libra scales so that the arms go out to the side, the palms face up. And if it's not comfortable to hold them up, feel free to lay them on your lap with the palms up. And just feel into this opening of your heart. When we have the hands in front of the heart, we're almost protecting ourselves. And here you are open to receive, to be in the flow of your own life and in the collective experience. And at this time in all of our lives, pretty much, this is the most connected that we've been on a global scale. And compassion and love and empathy for all of our fellow beings out there that are maybe having the same experience, similar experience. And take one more breath in here. And as you breathe out, we're going to take the palms facing down and rest them on your lap or on your thighs. Allow your chin to drop. Just feeling into what's changed just by resting your hands here. And taking a moment to observe yourself in this simple form of seated meditation, invitation. Noticing if you can feel your own heart beating. And your breath moving through you. And before we move on from here, softening once again all the muscles of your face. Releasing that tension of your eyes and the skin of your forehead. Feeling your cheeks, your jaw, and your tongue soften. and becoming more aware of your breath. Prepare to bring that frequency through our voices to raise the frequency, the vibration levels within and without. And so gently, again, anchoring your sit bones, your tailbone down. Feel yourself rise up. And with great reverence, bring your hands together in front of your heart. Rest your thumbs on your upper chest. Inhale and lengthen, lift your chin, hold the breath at the top. Pause here, take in more air. Pause, lift up through your belly, through your perineum, lift up, lift up, lift up. And exhale, release. Invite in breath of fire. So you can do this nice and slow or faster. We'll inhale right to the top. Good, hold the breath, and then you begin to pump the belly in and out as you hold the breath. And it can go faster like that, or just nice and slow, pumping or breathing. And then pause and release. Take a normal breath in and out. And we'll do this Kapalabhati breath of fire one more time. Inhale to the top. Pause and then pump. And release. Take a normal breath in and out. And then we'll open, now that we've opened, with 3 ohms. Inhale. Bow your chin. Release your hands to your thighs. Lift your chin and open your eyes. Okay, so we're going to start in tree pose. And so you're just going to come right up to standing and maybe no hands. And find your place. And I say tree pose, but let's start with some ankle rolls. So take your time. And then just rolling your ankle 1 foot at a time. You can even lift that leg up, roll your ankle, challenge your balance. You can take your arms out to help. Good. Okay, and then we'll do the same with the other foot. So just rolling or lifting, balancing, moving, breathing, smiling. Good. And then releasing. Let's just pop up and down a few times. So you lift up onto your toes, rock onto your heels. If you feel here your balance is challenged already, you want to go to the wall, place one hand at the wall, do that. And now we're just going to roll the ankles in and out. So you might step your feet farther apart. And I'm just moving my wrists the same way, just for fun. Just playing. Good. Okay. And then just coming back and just stand on your 2 feet. Take a breath here. Breathe in and out. Good. Okay. So hands can come to the hips, and we're going to start to balance on the right leg. So I'm going to lift up. We'll do that funky balance again. So maybe you stay here. If your balance is challenged, stay with your hands on your hips. I'm going to reach my arms up in the air. Kind of challenges it again. Press the right foot down, lift up through your belly, and then you can lift the left leg up and challenge yourself as you take it out, or just keep the toes on the floor and then bring that foot in. So you might take the left hand to kind of grab it and place it, or you might go down low. Wherever it goes, however wobbly you are, lengthen, engage, smile, be in the flow of your own dance. Good. Take one more breath. And then I'm going to release the same way, just a little funky, move the leg, challenge. Good. Wow. And then come back. Oh, it impresses you. Yeah. Okay. And then just be, drop your arms, feel your breath. And second side. So either hands on your hips, or you can lift them in the air. Lengthen through the left leg, and then lift the right leg up, or keep the toes on the floor, move it around and see what happens. This is good ankle work for the standing leg. And then we'll bring it in wherever it goes, wherever it flows. And then breathing into your tree. Smiling, even if you're falling. I'm starting to roll my wrists while they're up here. Take advantage of that. Also setting me off center a bit. Good. Take a breath. And then release, and maybe you do it the same way, or the foot just comes down and just playing. And then pause and breathe and feel. Good. Okay, so we're going to balance again, still here. This time I'm going to bring the right knee into my chest like we do when we're lying down. So let's see if I back up a little bit. Okay, so feel the feet on the floor. Actually, let's start with the right foot on the floor. We'll bring the left knee in. So you can put your hands on your hips, shift the weight to the right leg, and then either keep the toes on the floor for a moment or lift up and see if you can squeeze the thighs together. Now take your hands. They might go over the knee, they might go underneath the thigh. Okay, so this is challenging. Push the right foot down, flex through your left foot, breathe wherever you are, and then release. And maybe it's a crazy release again. And then come back and just feel, breathe. Maybe you're like, oh, I like that so much better when I'm lying on my back. And that's okay. So now feel the left leg strong, and maybe hands to your hips, that's stabilizing, or you can take your arms out, lift that right leg up, and then see, oh, can't quite get it. Go underneath the thigh, or grab hold of on top, squeeze the thighs together, flex your right foot, breathe, and release. And then be with your breath. Okay, so we're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. And you can heel toe your feet. That's good work. Or maybe bring them back together and give a little jump. So either one. And then pigeon toe your feet a little bit. Rock your hips side to side. And just notice what you feel in the inner thighs, hips, maybe your hip creases. There's some sciatica stuff happening. And now put a little bend in your knees and start to make a circle with your hips. Imagine like you can even close your eyes and feel. Once you kind of have that motion now slow it down and feel like where you bend your knees, what's happening in your back. Yes, and then now we're going to reverse. And you might go a little faster, you might keep it slow. And just feel, if your hands are on your hip crease, you can actually feel all the movement that's happening. Breathe. Good. Okay, and then we're going to come back to just a side to side. So you might bend your knees a lot if you need more mobility here. You can do it with your legs straight too. You're going to get a nice little stretch in the inner thighs. Good. And then come to your center. Inhale, reach up. Press the feet into the floor. Lift your belly. Now, as you exhale, I'm gonna have you stick your butt out to take you down. So you might need to bend your knees, open your eyes, your arms wide, eyes, whatever. And then hands come down to the floor. Feel that you can really stick your butt out, my friends. So if that means, you need your blocks, or you wanna come up on the finger pads, lift the belly, press the butt back, and now press down into your feet and push, without moving the heels, push them apart. And you're gonna get a nice widening in your seat, hopefully. Yes, and then exhale, and you can soften the feet if you wish, drop down, bend your knees, and breathe. Okay, I'm gonna start to just rocking myself front to back, so slow, not even like a big movement. Just shifting the weight to the balls of the feet and the heels. My knees are bent. I'm just breathing and feeling. And now I'm gonna come back to this side to side action with the hips. So I'm bending one knee a little bit more than the other. But as I do this, I'm really focusing on the hips. Good. Okay. And then just come back to center. And put your hands on the floor. Maybe you come up to halfway. Breathe. Good. Okay. So from here, I'm going to keep both hands on the floor. And my shoulders are right over top of my wrists. And I'm going to step the left foot over to the right. I'm just going to take it over, and you can bend your knees. Take your gaze. Yeah. And then step back out. And then here we go, right foot to the left, and just feeling whatever this is. Good. Step back out. Maybe you go slow. We'll do that one more time each side. So you can even look at your left foot, bring it in and across, and bend your knees a lot if you need to, and then step it back out, maybe so slow. And then we'll do the same with the right. And bring it in, breathe. Good. From here, you're just gonna walk your hands around. We're gonna take it into a downward facing dog. So just find your doggy however you need to. Shift in and out. Breathe. And if you need to set it down for child's pose or just sitting for a few moments, do that. And if you're in downward dog, say lift the heels, bend the knees, take your gaze forward, and press into the heels of your hands. Push forward so your tush moves back. Breathe. And then come down. And we're going to rest in child's pose. The tops of the feet on the floor, big toes touch. Take your hips to your heels and lower your forehead to the floor, or use your props as you need to. And breathe here. Okay, so we're here. I want for about another 5 breaths. And feel that every exhalation is an invitation for Kali. To release something, to notice something, to honor something in your body. And release. Good. Beautiful. Okay, so last inhale and exhale. And then we're going to come up onto hands and knees. And you can put a blanket or something underneath your knees. We're going to move into cat-cow from here. So I'm going to step my knees back a little bit, or hands forward, tuck the toes under. As you inhale, draw the back up, tuck your chin. And as you exhale, drop your belly and look up. Yes. And just moving in and out. Really feel, maybe let the focus be on your tailbone. How it's moving in and out. And I said, in the beginning, this would be an anxiety releasing practice. And we do tend to hold anxiety in our belly, low belly area, in our earth chakra, right at the base. So just feeling that even that this cat-cow is coming from that base of you. So it might not be super big. Just moving with your breath. And we'll add the Kali breath. So as you inhale, you tuck in, and as you exhale, you release, lift your chin, stick your tongue out, and let it go. Yeah, so I'm gonna speed this up now into almost that breath of fire action. And you're welcome to keep going slow or just rest in child's pose if you wish, but otherwise it's gonna sound like this. You're really letting this motion be from the tail and from the tongue. 5 more. And then bring yourself to lie all the way down on your tummy as you release. You can rest your palm over palm. Maybe you turn your head and rest one cheek on your hands or whatever you need to do, and just be here and breathe. Good. And I want you to just stay here in this lying down and be with the motion of your ocean. So feel the breath. You can feel the connection to the floor. So as you inhale, maybe a little bit more deeply, you're actually pressing your belly into the floor. And as you exhale and release, you again feel the belly connect to the floor. Okay? Just feeling that as a way of refreshing whatever you're feeling, whatever you're carrying. I take the time to move emotions through me, using my breath and my body. Very different than when we use the mind to analyze and question and reframe. Good. I'm going to take one more breath like that, and then we're going to come up to Sphinx. And so that's the forearms on the floor, the palms facing down, shoulders are either on top of your elbows, or you can move the arms forward a little bit if you have some back stuff. That one's going to feel a little better. Open your legs wider. Good. And now we're just going to come back to that cat-cow motion here. So you feel like, the belly's pressing down. You look up, and then you press the forearms down and away, tuck your chin. And just do like this, nice and easy till you have the motion. So the inhale is what takes you back, tucks your chin. And the exhale takes you forward. And again, I'm going to add the Kali breath, this breath of fire here. So you can stay nice and slow, or it's like this. And 5 more. And then we're going to come back down, and this time you'll turn opposite cheek to rest. And come back to that idea of feeling the breath, expanding the belly as you inhale, and as you exhale, you might even feel yourself come deeper connection to the earth. I offer up and I offer out that which is no longer serving me. So I can be in this great flow and an offering of what is present right now. Good. Okay, take one more breath in, nice and full. Release it like you're giving it up. Okay, and now we're going to come to twisting here. So bring your hands into cobra position, right underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers. And then rock side to side, just to bring your legs together. And then once the legs are together, tops of the feet are on the floor. And press the tops of the feet and the toenails into the earth. And I know it's like, what? I can't do both. If you can get the toenails to press, the tops of the feet will lift, and that's great. And if you can't quite get that, Just anchor the tops of your feet. All right, then from here, I'm gonna lift my shoulders up. I'm not coming up to cobra. I just wanna draw the shoulders down the back. Good, and then we're gonna bend the right leg, circle the ankle, take your gaze a little bit forward and smile. And then circle the ankle the opposite way. And then point this foot. Anchor the left foot down, lift the right thigh up, and take it over to the left. And you might even look underneath your left shoulder, even if you can't do that. You just find your place. Extend that right leg. Breathe. Good. And then come back to your center. Lower both legs down. Let's take a little cobra interlude. So again, I'm going to press the toenails down. Lift the shoulders. This time I'm going to lift the belly. Start to come up. You can come up as high as you like or as low as you like. Pull your chin in. Breathe. And lower, maybe nice and slow. This is a time of slowing down. And then once you're here, reposition whenever you need to. And then we're going to bend the left leg. And again, we'll start to just circle. I'm going to bring myself up just a little bit. Take the shoulders back. So I'm barely coming up. It's just the shoulders back. Heart can lift. Smile. Take the gaze forward. And then change direction of your ankle. How's your breathing? And then anchor the right leg. And we lift the left thigh up and we take it over. You might look underneath your right shoulder or look straight ahead. And then extend whatever you need to here. And my foot touches the wall, which is awesome because then I can push into the wall. And a little bit more. And then release, nice and slow. And we're going to come back to cobra. But this time as you come up to cobra, we're going to take the hands off the floor. So feel the tops of the feet, belly in, lift your shoulders. And then you rise up through the back of your head, back of your heart. And when you come to that place where you can take your hands off the floor, open the hands, take the shoulders down the back, look ahead, pull the chin in. Breathe and smile. If you want to lift your legs, that's fine, but spread your toes. And then release. Come all the way down again. Palm over palm. Put that right cheek down, or whichever one you did first. And breathe. Come back to that breathing of the belly. And maybe you can even feel the breath moving through the whole circumference of your lower body, into the low back, into the sides of the waist. Let your feet flop however they like. Good. Okay. So no surprises. I'm just going to tell you we're going to do dancer pose on our bellies here. So we're going to grab hold of one ankle. I tell you this in advance if you need a strap. Then you go grab it. Okay, otherwise take one more breath here. Breathe out. Good. And then we're going to come back up to Sphinx. So that's the forearms on the floor. Spread your fingers. Okay, pull the shoulders back and then anchor from your shoulders into your elbows. Now press the forearms down and forward so the belly comes in a little bit. And you're going to feel like even your tailbone drop down. If you want to open your legs wide, no, you can do that. We're going to be here. I'm going to start to drop my head down. Open the jaw. And breathe with your, maybe breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Keep anchoring the forearms down and away. Lift up through your mid-belly. Good. Okay, now to come out of this is slow. You press the forearms down and pull the floor towards you. And feel yourself slowly lengthening, coming back into the first position. Okay, now we're going to take the right forearm. And you parallel it to the front of your mat. So it's, parallel. Yeah. And then take your left hand out to the side and just rock a little bit side to side, get the thighs together. Bend your left leg. And now you reach back, grab hold of that foot or your pant leg. Okay, if you are holding the baby toe edge side, that's fine. The big toe edge is going to give you an open shoulder. And let's just be here for a moment. I'm going to start to press this left foot into center, take my gaze forward. And you can see my hand is open. I'm not really holding on because I can take this foot right up to my wrist. So I'm just going to open my shoulder here. Breathe. Okay, now I'm holding on to the top of the foot. My thumb is with my fingers. I flex my toes. I press the foot into the hand. Yeah, and then I start to lift up a little bit. So really it's about the shoulder opening here. Look forward, and this might be your whole pose. Draw your belly in. Maybe you lift the right leg and you extend the right arm, and the left thigh can lift, but you don't have to be here. Breathe. One more breath. Okay, now we release, we come back to the rest. Put the opposite cheek down. So hopefully that's your left cheek because we just stretched the left side. And now feel your breath, your heartbeat. You know, it's not really the pose, it's the repose. It's the residue the poses leave. So feel your repose. And smile into what you have recreated. There's Kali moving in. She loves it. She's like, oh. And when Kali's happy, she becomes Lakshmi. They're all kind of interrelated. Good, okay. So we're gonna go second side again. We're gonna start with Sphinx. So bring yourself up to your Sphinx. Find it. Now you know it, it's a good friend. Then move your shoulders back. Good. Let's go back to that cat portion. So the tops of the feet are strong. You press the forearms down and away, draw your belly in, take it back, drop your head, move the shoulders away from your ears. The more you drop your head, the more space you have to move the shoulders, and then start to just move your chin side to side. Open your mouth, even if you're not breathing through your mouth. So we let the tension release. Your head, maybe your brain is below your heart. And enjoy your breath. Draw the belly in again if you forgot about it. And then drop your head to the center. Really let it drop if you can. And now pull the floor towards you as you lower back, and then we lift the head. Now lifting the head, I'm going to take the shoulders back, pull the chin in. And you're going to feel that somewhere. And then smile, breathe. Okay, feel that strengthening. We're offering the low back or the upper back. Good. Okay, now the left forearm parallel to the floor. Right hand out to the side. And then just rock a little bit. Get your thighs together, legs together. Anchor the left foot, bend the right. And now reach back. And maybe you hold on, use your strap. Good. Okay. So I take my foot right to the wrist here because I know I can do that. And then my right hand is open. However you are, notice how the right foot wants to drop out to the right. Now pull it into center. And then breathe. Be happy in your pose. Good. Okay, now I'm going to grab the top of the foot. My thumb is with the fingers. I flex the toes. And I push the foot into the hand so that my shoulder opens. Then I can start to move in or stay as you are. Maybe the right thigh lifts, the left leg, the left arm straight ahead. And then breathing, smiling, being in your pose. Take 2 more breaths. And then release. And again, lower down, this time hopefully right cheek. And just be in your breath. Feel the breath move in the full circumference of you. You can feel your heart beating, your anxiety being soothed. I release what is no longer serving. I reconnect with my own inner wisdom. Okay, great. So from here, we're going to come into spider cobra. So stay as you are. You're just gonna take your hands out to the side. I'm on the pads of my fingers and the elbows are up. I look like a little spider, right? Okay, so from here, nice strong legs. Lift your shoulders up and you roll them back until you come up. Then you push the forearms down, or the fingertips down. Rise up, draw your belly in, chin in. You want to go side to side here, look over each shoulder. Be in your little dance. One more breath. And then lower down. Good, bring your hands into cobra. Nice strong legs. You can open them wide, my friends, if you have back stuff. We're coming up. Lift your shoulders up. Press the hands down. Come up to wherever you like. And then you can rock it side to side or look over each shoulder. Breathe. Good. And then very slowly lower down. Good, we're gonna come up and back to child's pose. So I'm gonna open my legs wide, bend your knees, bring the big toes to touch or the soles of your feet to touch, and then hands nice and strong. Push the knees down, the tush lifts. Then you lift the shoulders, bend the belly. Come up, roll over your knees, take it back. And if that didn't work, however you got here, just smile to yourself and know that we are all on a journey. And then just breathing into everything you have opened here. Okay, if you want to rock side to side, and that's okay for your knees, then you find your little dance. Good. So sweet. Good. Okay, well, we're going to take that same twisting action into our downward facing dog. So that could be forearm dog too. If you feel your wrists are not happy, then forearm dog. And maybe I'll do this in forearm dog. It does change the center of balance too. So I'm going to bring the forearms to the floor, palms together, interlace, and tuck the little pinky under. Then bring your elbows closer together so you can push down and out. Belly in, toes tucked under, inhale, then exhale into downward dog. You can do this on hands and knees too if you wish. I'm going to bring the big toes to touch. I'm going to lift the right leg high to the sky. Okay, I take my gaze to my left thigh. And then I'm going to bend the right knee and send that right foot over to the left. I might turn my gaze now to look to the left. Push the forearms down and away if you're on the forearms. Okay. And then release, and either rest in between or go straight to the second side. You lift the left leg up, bend your knee, and open that left leg over to the right. Maybe you peek under your right arm. Good. Okay, and then come back down. And we rest in child's pose. And this time for child's pose, I'm going to take my arms behind me. I'm going to bring my knees closer together, but that's Yogi's choice. And then breathe. Good. And take one more breath. Good. All right. And then you can come up to sitting, breathing, however you are, feel. Okay, so we're gonna come to just a little lungy twist here, just to, again, move everything. And then I'm gonna take you onto your backs. I tell you that, so you can be like, okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so either coming to hands and knees, and we're gonna have the right foot forward, left leg back. I'm gonna do it kind of shaking my balance just because I like to challenge my balance. So from sitting, I'll come up to hands and knees, tuck my toes under. I'm gonna put my hands together. You can have your hands on your hips, and then just step your right leg forward into this lunge. And then once you're here, you can put your hands on your thigh or hands to the floor, or grab your blocks. Good. And we'll just come back to this front to back. Opens the, I say come back even though we haven't done it today, but it's a common thing to do because it stretches the legs, open the hips, breathing. And the next time you come forward, so you might have your left hand on a block, right hand can come to the thigh. I'm just gonna twist myself, and then I might be here, or reach the arm up, breathe, and lean more onto the left hand. Good. Okay, now we're gonna switch. So I'm gonna put the right hand down, lean over to the right, and lift the left arm. And I'm gonna do this one more time, but this time I'm gonna lift the knee. So I'll put the left hand down, lift the left knee, lift the right arm, twist. And then this time as you bring the right hand down, the left foot has to pivot flat to the floor and lift the left arm. Good. And then we're gonna come back. Now we're gonna change sides. So you can do that, step back to downward dog or come back to your knees. I'm gonna do a jump switch just because I feel it here. So I'm on the pads of my fingers. Take the gaze forward, bounce the hips, smile, and then just see what happens. You're like, whew, whatever happens. Come back down onto your knee. Good, and then we're gonna come up, hands to your thighs or blocks, just breathe. And then we'll put the hands back down and just rock it front to back. Move with your breath. Good. Smile if you're planning to go for a walk today. This could be really good. We'll do one more front to back. And then the next time you come forward, we'll stay here. The right hand stays down, left hand to your thigh. You twist or reach the arm up. Breathe. Good. And then left hand down, maybe onto your block. Lean to the left, lift the right arm. You know, all these great lines opening. And then we switch. So maybe this time you lift the right leg as you lift the left arm. Good. And then left hand down, pivot your right foot flat, lift the right arm. We're gonna come back to wide-legged forward fold from here. So both hands come down to the inside of the left foot. Pivot your feet wide. Bend your knees, come back to this hip shifting. And then inhale and exhale, lower yourself down. So you are folding down between your legs, however you need to do that. Forearms on blocks might be helpful, staying on your hands. I'm gonna now bend my knees a little bit and stick my butt back. Move the weight into the heels. And breathe. In. Okay. And we're gonna come back up. So you come onto your hands. Now we're gonna come onto our backs. Yay! So I'm gonna do that by stepping my right foot right to the left, like we did at the beginning. I'm just gonna go slow. Bring the feet there. Okay, now I'm gonna lift my left hand, turn myself, and come down. Yes. Good, maybe sit for a moment, cross-legged, however you like. Take a breath. Yes. Okay, grab a block, put it nearby, and we can even put a blanket down for your head. And then we are going to move into Shavasana from here. So if you need anything else, then adjust yourself. And let's see, I'm going to lower down Frankenstein style because, you know, I like to always take every opportunity. So I have my legs stretched straight, my arms straight, my heart lifted, and I'm going to lower. Nice and slow. I like to pause, smile, and right before I get almost to the floor, I'm going to lift my legs up. Breathe right here into all that anxiety and then lower. Woo. Take a moment and you can even rest your hands on your tummy, maybe even as if you're moving that energy down and out. You can press your hands from top to bottom. It's kind of like you're brushing everything off. And then just be here for a few moments. Good. And setting your legs, bring your right knee into your chest. Interlace the fingers, tuck your chin. and be here. So we're at the end of our practice. Just see if you can be here as best you can and soften. It's a great massage for our intestines, our powers of digestion and elimination. And take one more breath in. Hold it at the top. Switch legs. Switch the interlace of your fingers, and then exhale as you release the right leg out. And that leg can be bent too, right? Whatever you need, and you make it your own. And breathe into everything you are. And this great gift of movement, of making shapes, of being in your body, in your breath, softening your busy mind for an hour, just honoring all of that. Good. Nice. I'm going to bring both knees into the chest like a child's pose on your back. Again, if you need to use your strap or you're happier, however you are, then you can interlace your fingers here. We're just going to rock side to side. And know you can always make your grasp deeper by holding on to your wrists, your forearms, your opposite elbows. So when we bring the knees in here, nice and tight, maybe, hopefully you're feeling a little bit of a belly back massage happening. So with the flow of your breath and the motion of your ocean. And okay, so I'm going to stay here in this pose and lift the head and chest up. Draw the belly in, head and chest up, tuck in, soften your shoulders, flex your feet. And then we're going to release. So here we are like this child in the cocoon in the water. Release, lower your feet to the floor, arms over your head, or stretch your legs out. And just take 3 breaths here. Just let everything come back. It's like a Thai massage. If you had one, like press on certain parts of the body or certain positions to get the blood flow to, I'm going to say cease, but that's not what happens. But just to eliminate or slow it down, and then you open up and release and let fresh vitality flood in. And then we're going to go upside down, my friends. So grab hold of your block, bend your knees, place your feet on the floor, walk them in close to your hips. And then anchor the feet, lift your hips, put the block underneath your sacrum. So that is low, it's not low back. You put that block, if you don't have a block, then just stack of blankets or your bolster or a pillow, anything to elevate the hips. And then we're just here for a few breaths. And you can be as you are. I know who's here. If you want to play, extend your legs. You know what's nice too is to keep one foot on the floor and lift the other leg up. And you can do that, or you can extend that leg on the floor. And yeah, sometimes when I do this, I feel like I'm like extending my intestines. The legs are deeply connected to that. It's not like sometimes, when you have, or people, or maybe you have a weak digestion, sometimes it can be linked to weakness in the legs and the feet. Okay. And if you're doing this leg extension, you can either switch any way you like. I'm going to lift the left leg up and then lower the right leg down. But however you do it, whatever you're doing, smile and enjoy the work you're doing. I'm going to tell you one more thing I'm doing here is I'm pushing the balls of the big toe. So not the big toe itself, but right underneath the big toe. I push that forward. And then I'm working the inner thighs a little bit. Okay, so we're here for another 5 breaths, however you'd like to spend it. Do it. I might have both legs lifted in the air, both feet on the floor. Okay, if you have the legs in the air, it's so, 1 inch of bringing the feet closer to your face is going to move you more into a cat portion. And if you can move the heels a little bit past the hips, you're going to get a little bit more cow. I'm not saying one is right. It's just feel for yourself. If you can just shift a little bit and then, okay, so I'm gonna lower my feet, take one more breath in and out. Notice the softness in your forehead. And then you can lift your hips, take the block out. I'm gonna lay this block right on my belly and just kind of hold it there. So my hands are just resting on the sides of it. And just feel how grounded you are through your back. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna take this block now and I'm gonna put it underneath my head. And if you don't have a block, again, you'll use whatever you have. So just lift my head up. I'm gonna put the block down on its baby height, so the wide face, so that I can feel my chin dropping in towards my throat center, my upper chest. And the forehead is, sloping quite a bit above the chin. And then legs can stretch out or they can stay bent. And I'm just gonna breathe here. You could also put your bolster under your head. And this is deeply soothing for the brain when the chin is dropping. That's why we start like that in, meditation or when we're centering. And just as we did at the very beginning, see if you can let your jaw, your throat, your tongue relax. And putting your mind into the base of your tongue. Just feel it dropping down. Your eyes heavy. Your chin heavy. And let's just feel the breath without forcing it. Just be aware of the maybe shallowness of your breath, the ease of your breath, like your body is a lake. Just gently moving with the wind, the air. Feeling your eyes drop down to the pillows of your cheeks. And if you're digging this, and you feel, oh, I'm already in Shavasana here, I'm so happy, then stay. Otherwise, then you can take that block out. And just feel your head. You might even, I'm going to grab the back of my blanket over my head and just roll it to give myself a little bit more lift underneath the back of the head. So maybe not as much as the block, but still feeling forehead above chin. And if you have an eye pillow, then now's a good time to bring it in. And eye pillows are great because they tell the brain right away it's time to relax. And sometimes, on a sunny, beautiful day like this, when we feel the light behind the eyes, it takes a little longer. So a washcloth, another blanket, you can even lay your arm over your eyes if you wish. Good. Just feeling this body. You might move the legs a little wider, move the toes in and out a few times, or roll your wrists and your ankles, just fingers and toes, and then settle in. To do nothing but to simply be with your breath and with your body and receive this offering of grounding, loving support. Even imagining yourself lying on the grass, feeling the earth beneath you. And to offer yourself to that. It's a reminder that even in these turbulent times of the great unknown, that you are supported in some way by the earth beneath you. And so much of how we live is illusion. But the truth and the reality is that you are so much more than you know. Just feeling yourself open, heart open, palms open. Rest into this great knowing. Your innate understanding of who you are. Quiet. Quiet. Softening, releasing anything you're still holding. Bringing your awareness to the flow of your breath. I'm just going to hit my singing bowl here. If you wish to stay in Shavasana, I honor your rest. And if you're ready to start to move, I'm just finding little movements, the joy of gently waking up. You can stretch your arms over your head, bend your knees. You might want a windshield wiper side to side, or bring the knees into your chest, or do none of that. And carefully rolling yourself to your side as you're ready. And just spending a few moments in the fetal position as a way of honoring everything that's come before. One more. And bringing yourself to seated as you are ready. Making that a nice, comfortable seat. And just start to just let the hands rest, backs of the hands to the knees, palms facing up. Circling your thumb and your index finger, thumb, index, and middle finger. So the thumb crosses over the nails of the index and the middle finger, and you extend the ring and the pinky. And lifting your heart and bowing your chin. And breathing into the seat of the yogi. Let's take 2 more breaths, just sitting as you are, just honoring all that is. And then staying here as you inhale. And as you exhale, release the mudra. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. And bow your chin once again. And with great honoring for yourself, for this body, for this practice, for this space, for this time. And smiling into that. And I feel here too, we'll just send our collective love and healing to all who need it right now. And as you inhale, grow tall, lift your chin, and as you exhale, stay as you are. And we'll join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra, and we'll seal that with one inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be happy and healthy. Yes. And one Om, inhale. Just bowing your chin. And before we leave this space, so I see who's here, and I have my Sunday morning yogis here, Marta. And I just really want to share with you guys something that I haven't shared yet, that, you know, our beautiful Eleanor passed away at the beginning of this month, and peacefully in her bed, taking a sleep. And those of you who knew her, the lovely, elegant, beautiful, colorful, vibrant light, and in addition to our yoga room here on Sundays. So we send our love and compassion to her daughter, to her husband, Howie, and to Eleanor herself, who's here. I feel her. I have a picture of her here on my altar, and she is here with us. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and with great love and honoring for each one of you in your practice. Thank you for being here. Namaste, guys, and I'll see you on Tuesday. So great love. Great love. Yeah, I know. I see. I feel you. Yes, I know. Yeah, that's right. So thank you, guys. Can you push stop recording for me? Yeah. Oh, there we go. Still at the bottom. No, that's not it.
Oh, sorry, I don't have
Oh,
the
you can't
glasses,
see.
so I can't really see.